Good soon afternoon to my love and light crew. I am Tina. This is To the Inner Wild. Well, welcome back to the action plan. Anyway, angels of light and love, I call you in to direct and protect these messages, my chakras, my auras, my space, and that of our families who do the work. Thanks so very much. You're fucking awesome. Okay, so and there's some tampering happening. Tamper. Yeah. Okay. So, we take our wins. It's kind of exciting at this point when people throw down energetically, because, I get to see what I manifest out of that. It's almost like, oh, what's the challenge now, Spirit? Okay. Because when I draw back and I'm about to story tell with you, I realize, I made that phone interview happen and I fucking killed it. I slayed. And that was easy. I was just, speaking to my experience. I did follow-ups while I'm kind of training the recruiter, this particular recruiter that's new. She's, it reminds me of back in the day when working in a very overstressed environment where you do as you're told, even if you come off looking like a dumbass to the contractors that you're working with. Not saying that about the recruiter, but I'm just saying you know what, you don't have to do that many follow-ups on every single thing. You need to be able to trust in some aspect when you see that someone has a good background, and it's wow, this particular okay, I'm not here to assess other people, okay, and choose my words wisely, and so it's not to offend them. I'm just saying that we learn from each other, okay? Whether that be in hindsight, whether that's providing insight, etc. So, what are we saying from this? Okay. So this morning, I forgot I did a large item pickup for bullshit stuff, and I was so looking forward to it. But I had this countdown or whatever. I didn't have my alarm on because there was so much booming within me that I was like, okay, I'm betting on this, and it's a domino effect of all the things that I was gonna get done after that happened. What happens? I get home after dropping off, carpool or whatever, and I'm like, motherfucker, it should have been done 3 hours ago, and I don't know if it's going to be picked up, so on to the next week. So that impression of a delay is just Spirit's racking up the points, and sort of the devils and demons just anxious to see what fresh meat is coming along, even if there's, how there's different levels to heaven, there's always, and there's different facets to being in limbo. There's also levels of hell. So, there's that. People racking up points, karmic points. So you just let that shit happen. And if they look at that as, a figure of speech, of throwing down, for me, it's okay, well, it didn't interrupt that interview. I was on point as scheduled, not just fulfilled the expectations, but I did well. I think I nailed it. And that even in itself, as I approached it, I didn't come off as neediness. It was just okay, don't lose that opportunity. Don't, because, I've already calculated the points in which I need to make it happen, technically speaking, to sustain my livelihood. And so I'm okay, I did that, and things are going just fine. But like, I'm pretty, like, I know that particular thing that I interviewed for wasn't like a match to to note my worthiness, like my potential. That was just like something to do in the interim, you know? So like there's like different waiting rooms. It's not just one lobby area. It's so like when you go to the doctor's office and you're like in that initial waiting room after checking in with the receptionist, you think you've got it in, but then like you wait in that, you know, that that part that appointment room, and that in itself is expressed as a waiting room. So anyway, you know, you take all your wins, like it didn't interrupt the most important parts of like the agenda, you know, the divine agenda. These were just like little nuisances, and like we talked about, you know, the angels have like planted that seed so that like not just one, you know, it's not just one little sprout, it's like multiple little like leaves sprouting everywhere. So you know, that's what's happening. And I was even like stressing. I'm like, what is that phone number to call? Like larger, you know, like to make sure like it doesn't have that when you entertain that kind of instability, it's like crying over spilt milk energetically. And you're like, well, why am I going to try to stress about finding a number online? Because I don't have it on my caller ID or whatever from my phone history list. Why am I going to stress about like finding that online? And then call and like in a panic, like, did they call me out? Like, I'm so sorry, blah blah blah. Like, let's just wait how the day lapses, you know? Like, why are we going to invest any particular energy into entertaining instability? You know, like if it arrives, then it arrives. We'll just schedule it for next week. We'll, you know, set the dial. We'll like put it like close to, it was no more than a yard away from where it should be for pickup. It was just like in the garage versus out of the garage, you know? And it's like, it's okay. It's okay. I'm over it. But this is just particular story time and conveying to you how petty people are with their energy. You know, it's like they think that they're like, like ex-con, like con artists, right? They have a particular craft that they're doing well in, but like they're letting me paint the picture this way, this and that. But you know, it's almost like pixelated into like this impressionist form where it's like impressionist art is beautiful, right? But when you look at it, it's kind of like it comes off as almost like a mirage, you know, with an oasis over yonder. So anyway, it's like, is that what I'm really seeing? Right? You know, so it's almost like this dreamlike state, this illusory type of, like, is that right? Illusory? Anyway, creating an illusion. It's just like this like wafty state, you know? And it's like, that's how people get you. That's how they get you, even in the dating scene. So anyway, more reason not to do dating apps. I mean, I haven't tried and tested it, so it's like I'm just basing it off of my impression. Anyway, instead of doing the Decameron Tarot, excuse me, I'm gonna we'll use the Witch's Tarot. It's been doing good. I like it. Okay. So, like, I just felt compelled to, like, get back on here and, get, you know, like, okay. So it's noon. It just barely hit noon. What are we doing today? Okay. Several opened up to these two, the Ten of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. The responsibility of getting back to your craft. But you know what? Spirit's like saying, heads down, get to your own sheet of paper. Okay? So Four of Swords, think about it. Take a second. Ding, right? Knight of Wands in reverse. We got that player energy. Like, yeah, do you see that? Spirit's like showing a lesson plan, like through me. Like this is the board. Like you hit a brick wall. Look, tap tap. Look, it's like showing the board. Like I don't even have to put writing on the wall. You hit a brick wall. You know, look at the lesson plan, player. Like, that's not even king status player. You're like, you don't even know what the fuck you're doing. You're riding by the seat of your own pants, if not somebody else's coattails simultaneously. Seriously, you're weighing everybody down, you know? Get your shit together. Eight of Cups, come back to reality. Wake up. Page of Cups in reverse. Give yourself some love. Throw it, like, if you don't want to, like, throw it to the divine, like surrender to the divine, at least do it to your higher self. Like give yourself a little bit of payback. Like pay it forward to your future. Like you got a lot going for you. Like don't waste your this is Spirit saying this is stupid. These emotions in life are stupid. You know, it's like sink or swim, right? Spirit is saying, you know, like when you're learning how to swim, like all this flailing, it's not helping you paddle through. It's not helping you navigate. You're just exhausting yourself and annoying everybody. Okay, bottom of the deck, Three of Cups. Cheers. Lesson plan. Lesson on point and as planned. Spirit's like saying, like clapping in the background. You know how like superintendents or whatever, like I remember in elementary school they would sit in the back of the class to check the curriculum, how it's going or whatever, behind the teacher, you know, behind all the students, and they would just like kind of monitor. This is just every now and then, not every day, but this is a slow clap in the background. You're doing a fucking badass job, Tina. On the floor, we have Seven of Swords, pronounced. We have the World card, muted. And the Magician, pronounced. Okay. So, Spirit is looking for personal closure. Okay? Like, I'm looking at that element that we all seek. Personal closure. Like, somebody must have said goodbye to us a long time ago, etc. They must have clocked out a long ass time ago. But, like, for us, are we done with that? Like, and in particular, these offenders, these people who waste their energy flailing, are you already done? You ready to learn? Yeah. So, it's about accentuating our magic when it comes to, like, our power. Just reclaiming that. It's midday. So much can still happen. I just had to take a little nap because of all that, like, adrenaline rush of, like, initially that stress. I did go on looking and I couldn't find the phone number, whatever, and I was just like, okay, what should I do? Should I look at that receipt, the back of that receipt where I wrote down the phone number, and, you know, I'm like, that's where I stopped. I didn't even go that far. When I couldn't find the phone number on the website, I was like, what does it matter anyway? You know? Somebody's just trying to make me flail, you know? Just like them. Reclaiming our power, okay? Accepting that there's closure in this. You know, I'm going to close out this cycle. I'm thinking, should I transmute this energy? Should I send it back? You know, what should I do with this? I was thinking, I feel like I put more energy and oomph behind that. Like, it was a lot more focused, so it was, like, what's the plan? And I did whatever I needed to do. But, like, even at that, I was like, okay, so what's next? Let's go ahead and do a quick reading. Let's just like kind of reinvigorate things. Because I told you this is kind of like a meditative practice. And, you know, I already have like some things brewing, like as far as what I should do. I already wrote down my to-do list because I was called to a couple days ago. And then, but then like things got really like tiring. Like, I don't know. I made some pizza with the kids, like from scratch, absolutely from scratch. You know, it was good. I did some other things, you know, and it was just like, that was wonderful. No wonder, like, haters be hating. Like, they want to be part of that, but, like, they feel so low about themselves that they never think that they can be included or hold up and match that energy. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, you're ousting yourself from any inner circle, you know, when it comes down to it. Even the ones that, like, do, like, bullshit energy, you know? You're only, like, a temporary time slot when it comes to them. There's no loyalty. Okay, so, 7 of Swords, accentuated. It's like making a getaway plan based on, like, reclaiming your power. You know, this could be, like, deceit or whatever, but, like, people think, like, when they do you wrong, if you fall out of that expectation and reactivity, then it's like you fooled them. You know? Fool me once, fool me twice, whatever. Shame on me or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, shame on them. You know? Tap, tap, tap. So, that's what it's saying. Like, when it falls to my left foot, like, that could be, like, a misstep. That could be goofy-footed. You know, that could be, your receptivity and your first foot forward, it being like that awkward, you know, at least it was a first step foot forward. It might not be with your dominant side, but like it's still fucking dominant, Spirit is saying, you know, when you take that first step forward. Okay, anything else, Spirit? We're just gonna do a short stop here, because like Ken knocked on the door and I kind of like woke up out of that nap, and somehow, like, simultaneously my candles blew out. And okay, so this wanted to come out. 8 of Swords in reverse, getting out of being stuck. So this like kind of I don't know, it just opened the door to that. So I guess these are the ones that I should be looking at. 6 of Swords, finding that calm. 5 of Wands, in the midst of chaos, when people are trying to match your spirit totem energy, but, you know, it's like, it's ridiculous. That's what I'm hearing. King of Wands, yeah. 5 of Wands, again, reaching that 6 of Wands energy, like, reclaiming that power. Like, I don't need to sit on my dragon. My dragon's taking a fucking nappy nap, and I'm just gonna take a break. You know, 6 of Wands, you guys can play in, like, you know, Dungeons and Dragons or whatever it is. So you want to compete, go ahead and compete. But, like, Spirit told me to, like, find calmer waters. And that doesn't mean, like, flying off in the skies dueling. That means, like, I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna just rest my feet. I'm gonna let my dragon catch up on their nappy naps. And, you know, the Spirit is watching this playtime. This is a reiteration of what's going on, because the Spirit is like watching not just the kids play, but also the Wheel of Fortune, destiny, what's to come. 8 of Wands in reverse, speak no further. That's what Spirit is saying. 7 of Wands, upright, you hold upper ground. Like, when you take that zoom in shot, like that replay when it comes to, like, sports action stuff, there's, like, people just, like, watch the replays sometimes because that's, like, the most fun part. So, like, when you look at that 5 of Wands energy here, you see all the floral wands, like, in dueling in battle. Up close. You know, they're all zooming into you once they realize, oh, Tina's not here. Like, we're just fighting with each other. That's hilarious, because energetically that can be like the bombest throwdown. And so they're zooming in all together, like down like where your throne is, and that's when you get up and you're like, no, motherfuckers, do you see who's on the other side of that wheel? The spirit, you know. And you know, we have the Seven of Cups here. The magician is casting us, like the magician is casting us more opportunities because of that. You know, we have master number 77 here when it looks like I'm going to stir every fucking cup that comes to me, okay? That's just a matter of fact. That's what Spirit is looking at. That's part of what's destined, you know? If I hold the higher ground, there's nothing more that needs to be said to it. Like, not to ease anybody's pain, like, you know, when it comes to the fact of the matter. And, you know, if people are offended by it, you know what? That means that they're in a particular path, a particular journey. If they understand it, that means that they resonate with it. That means that they understand their supportive role in it. And if not, and also simultaneously, that also means that they're within that same like wavelength where others are also, you know, playing those roles within their lives. You know, so it's those who mirror that energy organically, that don't force it to happen, they know. Like, I don't need to validate it to them because they understand it. And that's part of who my audience is, that the people who answer the call. You know, more opportunities come, including, let me see, transformation, more more guidance, more sentience, more abundance, more hope. It's like from magician to magician. I know you get it. Like, see 7 again here, but like, do you see that? That is what Spirit is saying. Okay, top of the deck. What do we have here? The Fool card in reverse. Why do we have the Fool card in reverse, Spirit? I think this is just... okay. To take on me. That's interesting. Oh, you know, it's because I'm getting that song "Take on Me," "Take Me On," whatever. But if you want to throw down and take me on, you know, like let's say like Bruce Lee. People always want to challenge the best so that they could, you know, get that position. It's always like the knockdown. It's like wanting to like disturb the dominoes, as it's like who wants to like get that first like push, right? So it's you know, that's egoic, right? So it's if people want to throw down and take me on, let them do it. You know, I have that much confidence, and I have so much, not just background within this lifetime alone, but like, could you imagine what those other dominoes look like back in the day? And my supportive ancestors, those tangents that support, like, make it happen. The trickle effect is deep. It's timeless. You know, we move backwards and forwards, you know, through the upside down. Just like this nectar cells. So, you know, people want to take me on, they can take on me. And sometimes that happens like right before you're about to like head on this like new journey where you're, you know, your little pup is like, yeah, sure, yeah, go for it. It's no threat, like it's dog off the leash and like just happy as can be, like not on edge, you know, on edge but not on edge. You see what I'm saying? I'll tell you what. Okay, let's open up. Open up to the world. 4 of Wands in reverse. It's about being in the becoming, which also means like making it in the underworld. Like this is creating foundations, creating roots, so that what we build from here can support something like very, very strong that can hold up to like the test of time. That's what I'm talking about there. Okay, I'm gonna open one up to me. Okay, and facing, and I put that behind the Fool card. Now what's facing me? Like what's coming up? The Hangman. Looking at things objectively. And having those communicate, wise, dark communicators, like incognito, I would say, like underestimated divine forms that work within their own ways to communicate with us when it comes to objectivity. We have something to learn from each other, yes? So, his hands are tied behind his back on this particular one. It's kind of like Houdini underwater, doing that like straight jacket type of thing, but it's like it's not being immersed in all of that, in that collective stuff, We don't have to hold our breath anymore. And that's what it's saying. So it's okay to stand apart, It's not being weird. It's not being rebellious. It's not being weird or rebellious for the sake of it. It's because people say like, oh, that's attention-seeking behavior. Honestly, to live this kind of life, like, why would someone? It's not the easy way out. Let me tell you that. In the words of Houdini, like energetically speaking. So I feel like there's one more though. Let's go ahead and just. What is it? Oh, it's the Empress! That's insane. That's fucking insane. What is the mantra that Tina says? What is Tina's trademark? I am the fucking Empress. Mirror, mirror, magic. I am the fucking Empress. Alright, now for some bananagrams. That was interesting. I didn't even know what to expect. I was like, I don't know what to expect, but I guess you release the expectations. Okay. T. Well, how fitting. It's not just for Tina, but it landed on the Hangman. You see? Old school crucifixion, right? Whoops. That's right. Okay. Let's look right here. C-E-V-I-O. Oh, so we have vice, we have voice. Okay, J-A-T-D-D-T. We have today, voice. Yeah, we'll do that. It's working on your truth. Like, oh wait, there's no Y. What was I thinking? Because I think I saw the V and then the I, so it was like kind of a dismantled Y. It's like when you're, this is funny, this is what I'm getting. It's like when you're like doing the wishbone, it's like, it kind of looks like that to me, but it's like, nobody really gets it. That's what I'm getting. Like, people think that it's like they're with that Five of Wands energy, that they're like trying to break it apart, like, I'm gonna get a piece of this. But it's like, you know what? You just get to break off into your little fighting mode. And, I still have me, That wishbone thing was just like, it was a fake. That's funny. Spirit, that's what the divine does, So we have, okay, let's go ahead and put a voice together first. Oh, we have jaded. Oh, snack. Dad, tat, like turnaround time, or tit for tat. Oh, we have tit too, and tat. So, jade. Doja, cat. I don't know the songs that Doja Cat sings. Sorry. She has many admirers, so I don't think she would be offended if like I did not know, because I could get a little old school, but soon Doja Cat will also be old school. In fact, I think she does samples of old school tracks too. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, she has that kind of personality, that kind of is just more open-minded than your usual new school artists. I mean, I don't know how many years she's been in the game. Probably quite a few, but let me see what else here. I have Vader, like Darth Vader. Jovi. I think that's somebody's name. Oh, like Bon Jovi? I think I'm supposed to do channel songs from each of them. So Doja Cat and especially Doja Cat, I'm supposed to. And Bon Jovi. Dice, like rolling dice, gambling things. JC, we've got some Jesus Christ up in this mix. DJs, we have CJ, we have Jet. Oh, what is that? When people say like they're gonna go. Like, time to jet, Suzette. Yep. So taking that high road, like fast out of here, it's not escapism. It's like, I don't need to be a part of this energy. Like, seriously, like, it's taking a jet plane. You know how like pricey that is to do that? It's like, it's not even like a sacrifice. It's like Spirit saying like that you have a jet that you can personally use, like all expenses paid when you need to get out of like certain situations that don't even pertain to you. That's somebody else's mess, So it's having that like all access pass granted to us because we're using our resources wisely. That's the that's sharing the tail end of voice. It's E. Looking at our foundations, even if they're fallen, even if our one story, foundation is fallen, we're taking a jet out of that, We have JD. TV. I really think I'm gonna be on TV. Or some people are watching, like, because you can watch YouTube on TV too. I'm not that old. Like, I know some things when it comes to translation and technology. What's DVT? That's like, that acronym is business. It's something. DVT. I forgot. Something that has to do with that. I think we have some Spanish speakers like around us, our energy, because when I did a personal like Scrabble, bananagrams read, it was like C on the front and the tail end. It was like yes, and then we have dia here for day. That's funny because it's like today, but in Spanish, right? The implication of it. It's hidden though. Dadu. No. Dot. So we're looking at the pixelated version, like that first motion of, the first brush stroke. So, dot matrix. Yeah, they're talking about dot matrix, how it's like we're slower in processes here because the way things are processed is very much like dot matrix. Yeah, I gotta do that. Gotta put it on here. Tad. Okay. So that's short for like a tadpole or just a bit. Oh, when I did that, I knocked over all of these cards and it didn't touch the 10 of Wands and the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, people are just doing like a tad too much, you know. Yeah. They're like in this embryonic stage of like tadpoles, right? It's like tad. So, let me see if there's anything else. I don't know. I feel like I'm really supposed to... Let me put on dosha here first because I feel like it's so, like, jumping out at me real quick. Because I'm having, like, somewhat of a block to place the other letters, so... TED, so like TED Talk type of thing. Turnaround time. So we could do like a turnaround time or TED with TED Talk, and that way it's like complete. So let me just show you what it looks like. Give me a second. So it could be like that, or give me a second, or it could be Jetta. I think Jetta is with 2 T's. I could lose me too. I have to look at that. So dot. I don't see any other place to put these things. So I think turnaround time is important. And then we've got ultimately the Cheshire Cat again strikes again with just a smile. So let me just show you what it looks like and then we're done. Okay. So right there, right here and there, that is it. And now that this reading is officially over, I thank all my supporters, all my sponsors. And, yeah, that's really what I'm doing. Not a tad too much, but the most. The most, yeah. It's the hostess with the mostest is the empress. Anyway, I think that's it. I was gonna do a little, like, rap scene here, but Empress, but objective is not exact to Empress, so that's where I stopped. And that's okay. because I encode my rhymes so that not everybody wants to steal. Okay, now that this reading is officially over, upon closing all portals, I sent all the energies back. I sent them all back to where they originated. Where their home is. A place of dwelling. Not mine. Not mine. This is my home, not yours, okay? So, send them back with their karma. Their appropriate karma. And, of course, enlighten love. Just a learning process. Tap, tap, tap. Right? Close all portals. Enlighten love. Sending that energy back. And thank you. It's 12:34 on the clock. We're looking at ascension beautifully. Okay. Bye for now. Have a good day. See you later.